Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you. Anybody who's here, I'm hoping you're having a great day. I'm having a great day. We are going to be building tonight the Space Shuttle Discovery, the new release Space Shuttle Discovery. Just came out today. This is not an April Fool's Day joke. This is what we're doing today. What's up, Kodiak? So I picked this up today, thankfully. I stressed too much about getting this set today so I could stream it today, having it the first day that it was available. A couple other people have already put up videos and streamed about it, and that's great. This will probably be the last time I stress about this so much. I think I'm just going to order from online, get it when I get it. I'm not like a RLFM influencer or anything like that, so let's just get to building. Couple things. The satellite that you were supposed to be able to get today, the Ulysses satellite, was not available. You can get it with VIP purchase. Yeah, this is just the box. April Fools. I just borrowed a box from somebody. The satellite wasn't available, the VIP purchase satellite, and so that was kind of a bummer, but I think it'll be available later. So, and I also got the replacement for my Amelia Earhart broken piece. They just sent me the entire new set. So I'm going to buy the red slope piece to go with it, finish mine, and then I'll probably end up doing a thing on the channel, maybe a 300 subscriber or 400 subscriber something giveaway, and give that away, because I don't need two of them. I thought I was just going to get a replacement part, but they sent me a whole new set. Reminder that there's only a couple days left for you to go and like the... Yeah, Glenn's already building it. A couple days left to enter yourself on the Instagram contest to win this creator set, 3-in-1 robot, mining robot set, space mining robot mech. So all you have to do is go find my account on Instagram. There should be links in the bottom. There is a post just a couple days ago that has me going like this. If you leave a comment on that post, any comment, doesn't have to be anything, make sure you also follow the account. I will be doing the giveaway drawing on Sunday while we build the carrot house and this set. So join me on Sunday, Easter Sunday. We'll put a carrot house together, and somebody is going to get this set. So join me then, would you? So we're going to get started on this bad boy. This is the NASA Discovery Shuttle set. It's not an ideas set. It's just a 18 plus set. At least I don't think it's ideas. It's not. Okay. It's just an 18 plus set to go along with the other space sets. The rocket, which was an ideas set. The lunar lander. The ISS, and then honestly the women of NASA as well. I think those are great sets to kind of flush that out. This is going to look really good with it. I'm hoping the stand fits up here somewhere. I'm going to be moving a couple of those things soon so I can get this guy up there, because I think space looks really good. So this is 2,300 pieces. We're not going to get it all done today. We're not going to even get close to getting it all done today. So let's flip over to the build cam and let's just get cracking on this. I hope I win. So yeah, I was stressed today. Oh yeah, so this is the beer I'm drinking today. This is a Shiner S'more. It is a chocolate and marshmallow ale, and it actually does taste like a s'more. I would like it to be a little more boozy. I'm just going to let it sit for a second, because these Shiners tend to kind of bubble up a bit. And taste a little more s'moresy. I was kind of hoping it would be a little more s'moresy than it was. So, I also have big news. M. Dot, make sure to go comment on that if you haven't. I haven't seen your comment, but I don't know, may have. I tried to like all the people who comment, like all the comments who are on it, to make sure that I at least acknowledge that it was going on. I also have big news. I bought myself a computer this last week. About vomited when I did it because I realized, first of all, I had savings, and that's what savings is for. I'm gonna need to put these probably on the ground. So let's see how many bags there are first. Let's just dump this all out. Move the computer and everything because I knew, yeah, there's another box in here. All right, so I was able to buy a computer, which means I don't have to keep stealing Beth's computer for two reasons. One, she is starting school for animal behavioral studies. Here, puppy.
I'm gonna tell you what this animal behavior was. She almost got under the fence.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we really have to watch
this thing almost got under the fence. Look at that.
Into the neighbor's yard.
Look at that. Look at that.
Like half of her body was under. I had to pull her out.
Tum-tum side?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she went in there this afternoon too. I had to her. Bad girl. All right.
Yeah.
Puppy time done. That's been the puppy section of the show.
I just wanted to tell you what she did.
All right.
You know, she's a bad girl.
She's bad. Okay.
She's a bad girl.
So.
Talking about your computer.
Talking about my computer. So yeah, Beth has started going back to school and it's not like going to college or something, but it is a certification. So she's getting certification for animal behavioral studies. So she can use that plus the time she's had training to, as a backup in case she ever wants to leave the job that she has. Which I think is nifty. All right, got a second box here. Will I be eating her soon? Who? The dog? Jeff? Why would we be eating the dog soon, Jeff? Yes. So, Glenn, I realized as I bought my computer, here's more bags. So there are apparently 15, 16, 17, it's like 17 bags in this set, which is quite a bit. Why would we be eating our puppy, Jeff? Looks tasty. Jeff thinks our dog looks tasty. So here's the downside. This set does have stickers, but I will be applying them because this will be a display piece. So, lay sad because of lay stickers, but I'm going to try to find bag number 1 here. Computer story. 18. Oh, 2 twos and the unnumbered one. That makes sense. Yeah, this is a unnumbered one with large. These are new pieces, I believe, for this set. These panel pieces. And I think there's some wedge plates that are new as well. And maybe some tiles. You can tell that's the first bag because it's got a brick separator. So, computer. Sorry for your ears. Really? That's the first two? Yeah, I guess so. Doesn't seem like a lot in there. Jeff is a very, very, very old dear friend who is in Austin with me, and I know he's kidding. There's no way he would eat the dog. He's met the dog, and he is fond of the puppy. So, He's just being a pill. The sad thing is, Jeff is also an amazing cook. So I'm torn between losing the puppy, but probably getting a really good meal out of it. I bet it'd be delicious no matter what he came up with. So computer. I realized that I had, and I posted this somewhere, in my life, either like inherited, borrowed, built, was given, I guess that's inherited, loaned, or otherwise not my computer. I want to say at some point I bought a computer, but I can't remember what that computer was, if I did. I think we got, kid's mom, friend of mine, worked at Dell at one point. So here's all the information about the space flight icon, the design team, the future endeavors of NASA, and then it just goes right into it. So there we go. Oh, so the first 3 bags are going to be the Hubble, so that's cool. All right, so we're going to probably be using a lot of these stickers, and at least one of these things. I like that these stickers are big stickers. They're not like little things. I'm a little worried about these guys because they just sit on those wedges, those new like 3x2 sloped right and left wedges. So yeah, it'll all be good. Are you listening all the things to have at a wedding? Something built, something borrowed. Yeah. But I realized that I had never bought like a brand new computer, like buying a new car. Hubble Space Telescope, first major observatory in space. So, let me get back to that in a second. No stickers on Hubble. Thanks to Will Heron for the rad torso on torso shirt. Several torsos were maimed in the making of this shirt, I'm sure. So yeah, the monitors came in today because I got the monitors cheaper from Amazon, but I went to a place that basically custom built it. Like you get to pick what components you want, and I went with a PC. And I got just a ton of memory and a new of the line processor. Didn't really care about the graphics card because it wasn't going to be playing video games on it. And a lot of the processing is done on the graphics processing now can be done on the processor rather than the graphics card. Graphics cards are also very hard to come by lately. So that's that. So I should be getting it probably in a week. I ordered it earlier this week. And yeah, I pressed the button and about vomited because I was like, holy crap. And it wasn't like, a lot of money. It was probably less than a comparable Mac. But I realized also that I'm just not a fan of Macs. Like they work fine, like programmatically, like once you got the program open, but there's a lot of things about finding where stuff is that's not very easy on a Mac. Oh, there you go. There's your sign. I didn't see your sign. And I'm just used to working with PCs, and I've, taken certification for different levels of PCs and servers over the years, so just better, I think, for me. And yes, Jeff, I can always get a graphics card later if I want. That's the beauty. All right. Sticker applied. NASA Hubble Space Telescope. This also means that I can get my nice webcam back for this so that it'll focus on stuff, because this thing doesn't focus. Anyway, build fast. I'm working on it, Chris. I realize that you may not have much time left. Chris, how are you feeling, by the way? I saw that Chrissy had to go into the hospital. I hope she's doing well, or that she'll get good care. My friend Chris in the chat got COVID and had to go into hospital last week. And we're all pulling for you, man. At least I am. The rest of these plebeians don't count. Not great. I hope you don't turn into a long hauler, man. I hope you can lick this and it doesn't stick with you for a long time, because I would hate to have that happen, man. I hope it doesn't impact your production on your channel either. Maybe go easy for a while. Can you re-release stuff? Can you have people fill in for you, or can you do other things where you're not having to stress so much to get stuff done? Also, what do you think of Invincible so far? How do you like the first few episodes? I thought it was fantastic. I really, really enjoyed it. Speaking of comic books, yeah, if you guys want to check out a really great YouTube channel, look up Comic Tropes. Chris runs a YouTube channel where he talks about artists and writers and the business of comics and the history of comics, and he's one of the smartest comic book guys I know. He just knows so much, and his channel's really well done and put together. He's kind of a jerk, but I mean his channel's really nice. No, I'm kidding. He's a super dude. Check it out. Yeah, long COVID is no bueno. I love the Invincible show. Love Invincible. Ugh, bugs. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. The voice acting so far is just incredible. What is this little bug flying around me? And the animation is spectacular so far. I mean, it really reminds me of like the first time I opened the book. You're just like, oh, this looks like, the way they've got like the way they used to draw the heads really low in the frame so they could get a lot of the dialogue and just kind of open up the sky a little bit. The framing is really good. I'm just really impressed with the whole thing so far. And I'm going to try to remember to build on camera, because that's what everybody's here for, is to watch something be built. Yeah, Jeff, I had heard you say something about the father the other day. I want to put that on my list. I think that'd be great. And yes, Mobius is also awesome. Airtight Garage was one of my favorites. He's one of those guys, too, that didn't do... You realize he's done, like, a ton of work, but it's over, like, a very, very long time. And you don't realize how much stuff he's done. It was always nice to find kind of a gem of his somewhere. I'm digging this soundtrack right now. Yeah, Stephen Nguyen and Robert Kirkman. I'm just glad all those guys, Kirkman and Otley and Walker, got some due. I mean, the book was a huge success, I think. But it's nice to see a little bit of that TV magic love going their way too, because it's really great. I was actually surprised how much I liked Zachary Quinto as Robot. I was kind of watching it with Beth in the background. I was watching it. Beth was over here doing her own thing, and she's kind of listening. And I was like, "Hey, it's Jason Mantzoukas. And she's like, what? Really? I'm like, yeah, J.K. Simmons. What? Really? You know. What? And she's like, what are you watching? I'm like, this show that you're going to want to turn away in about 5 minutes. I recently picked up his Silver Surfer cover. Whose Silver Surfer cover? Mobius? Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, it's really great. Got some extra pieces here. Gonna go ahead and put these off to the side. Did you know, first conceived in the 1940s, the Hubble Space Telescope took decades of planning before its launch in 1990? But did you know? Alright. So, bag numeral 2. Yeah, voice casting is very, very strong. I also have to catch up on Resident Alien, because I watched it and liked it and told Beth she might like it because it was funny and heartfelt and it had Alan Tudyk. And she's like, yeah, I'll watch it. And she watched it and liked it, but now I have to wait for her to be in the mood to watch more of it. And I'm like, let's just watch all of it. Come on. But we're going to be kind of busy the next few weeks, so we'll see if that happens. Because that's another, hopefully, I've heard it just gets really, really good. Okay, first piece is black, and I do not see that piece. Oh, there it is. Okay. The one of these. Trying to build as fast as I can. Ooh, we've seen 2-3 episodes of Resident Alien. So fun. I love Alan Tudyk. Yes. I like the fact that after years of being sort of... Yes, he's a good actor and he gets good kind of character roles. This is still a character role, like he's still doing, oh man. He's still doing a character, so it's not just him as himself, kind of. But he's the main character, like he's the main person in the show. And I think he had that when he did Con Man. But everything else so far that I can think of him doing has just, he's been a secondary character. Somebody proved me wrong. I couldn't think of one. I mean, he was Pirate Steve. He was the redhead guy in, I forget his name, in Twelfth Night, A Knight's Tale. I keep doing that. He was the bodybuilder in 28 Days. He was K2SO. He was the rooster in Moana, or the chicken. I mean, he's done a lot of stuff, but I don't think he's ever been a lead. Con Man was good. I really liked Con Man. I think my biggest surprise on Con Man was seeing Henry Rollins in it. That was pretty funny. As the subtle but not so subtle Jane character. It was pretty good. I think my what's up, Brad's Life? How's it going, man? I built the ship from Con Man, and I think the best part was that I actually talked to the visual director of the show, and I don't know how I got a hold of him. I think I just tweeted out into the void, and he responded, and I got like a raw MP4 file of like the test footage of them with the ship, like what appears in the show as like the trailer for the space show, that I could use to kind of build the ship out of Lego. It was really cool. So the convention I went to later that year, I actually had an iPad up with that on a loop, which is kind of fun. Doom Patrol, yeah. Oh yeah, got a haircut. First haircut in a year that I didn't do on my own. So happy to get off my ears and everything. Very, very nice. Also big news, the kid's mom defended her dissertation last week, so she's about to become a doctor, so that's cool. It's cool news for the family. We're gonna go celebrate because now we're all double vaccinated, so in about a week we can all go to the tap room that's nearby and celebrate. The space show Firefly? Yep. How was the Lego store this morning? It was good. I was in and out. The guy behind the counter, I don't know if he wrote his name down. I want to give him props because he was very nice. They usually write their name down. I got a bunch of VIP points for this. Yeah, I didn't see who was... And I don't reckon, because I don't go to the store a lot, so I don't know who it was. Maybe Glenn knows. It was a guy and a girl working there. Maybe another guy. Anyway. And it's hard to see with that, you know, with masks on, like who's who and everything. Was there a line when you got there? There was nobody when I got there. There's like 4 people. Got your number 2 today. Shoulders killing you. Yeah, it's gonna suck. Was it Ozzy? Kind of a tall, skinny, effeminate guy. Rings and stuff. Very nice. He complimented me on my easiest in the world to remember email address. So I was like, yeah, man. And then there was a shorter girl. But again, I don't... It's weird. You're in a lug for 10, 11, 12 years, whatever it is now. And I'm sure so many people have gone through that store that work there. It's just kind of funny. Well, Glenn is like 6'3" ish, I'm sure. He's very tall. I am not. I am of average height. And the guy behind the counter is probably 5'10", 5'11". Yeah. So yes, tall for me. So yeah, I was in and out. Was able to drop Beth off at the doctor, go down there, pick her up, and it's like, you know, it's 40 minutes away, 30, 40 minutes away. So by the time I got back up right as she was done, so it worked out really well. Except for the gift with purchase thing, they didn't have the... I think they were out of carrot houses, but somebody was saying they had plenty of Harry Potter books back there. And I do remember when I was back there, or when I was checking out, there's a whole row of them underneath the counter, and I was like, $200, no gift with purchase? Okay. But, you know, at the same time, I'm like, I'm spending money on a plastic thing, so I'm not going to complain too much. Where's my free thing? ×2. Yes, all the inside components, which I'm sure if you looked inside, there's probably a lot of these colors close to this, like wiring and whatnot. But this is where they fill it full of weird colors because you're not going to see them. Oh, it does go only with... Okay, well that makes sense. And I don't think I've ever bought a Harry Potter set. I inherited a couple from a girl I dated previously. She was into Star Wars and Harry Potter Lego, and I ended up with all the Lego. And I remember when we broke up, it was kind of like, once it was all kind of, the dust was all settled, I was like, so who's getting all this Lego? And she's like, you can keep it. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I can keep it. Watch. Sorry for the language. I was like, you're dang right I can keep it. Also means I doubled up on some Star Wars sets because I'd already had kind of the same thing she had. A lot of these shiny bits. Hey, free bag with every purchase. Yeah, these are nice bags, man. Nice big paper bags. They'll go well hauling all this cardboard out of my house that I keep accumulating. Got so many boxes in here right now. I can't get rid of it fast enough. You know it, M Productions. F yeah, I'm keeping it. It's like that line from Scott Pilgrim. Yeah, well, you kicked my heart in the ass, so I guess we're kind of even. Yikes, 62 of these, really? And not just this set, but like overall, probably. Oh man, look at that. Flat silver cutout slope. That's pretty slick. A bunch of those. Mmm, yummy. So I finished the 100 Acre Wood set, the Winnie the Pooh set. That was darling to put together. That was a lot of fun. I highly recommend, if you can, picking that up. Lots of little nooks and crannies, and everything is just whimsical and delightful. The tree leaves at the end are repetitive, but it's if you kind of assembly line it's not too bad, and it pays off in the end. It's really nice. It's a very nice tree build. Between that and the little tree next to the medieval blacksmith, very happy with the recent sets, and I can't wait to put these three next to each other: the medieval blacksmith and the tree, the Winnie the Pooh tree, and then the Sesame Street. I think those three would look really nice together. Chromey goodness, yeah, it's metallic silver. It's not technically chrome, because I think this is still something they can paint or they can dye as part of the molding process. But chrome, you gotta, from what I understand, you gotta. It's a chemical process where you chromiate it. And after I said that sentence, I realized I don't really know what I'm talking about. But it's something where you have to charge the thing, and molecules will adhere to it. And I don't think that goes really well with the process of molding a plastic. So it's very expensive, and it's not. So that's why you don't get a whole lot of chrome pieces in Lego, because it's a costly process. I think. I could be making a lot of that up. Ask Beth. I make a lot of crap up. Today is April Fool's Day, and I was told yesterday, no jokes. She says I am not a fan of April Fool's Day. I like jokes, but oh, quiet. It's randomness of, hey, you got to put in your Google password. I'm like, Chrome's not even open. She's like, I like humor and I like jokes. I don't like mean jokes, like practical, like pranks and stuff. I'm like, okay, fair enough. So of course we're getting a divorce. New Lego products just keep getting better and better. Yeah, I'm with you, Brad. I'm liking a lot of what they're putting out. That's not Star Wars. I think a lot of the Star Wars stuff is kind of suffering. and it's becoming too bloated for its own good. I honestly hope they get rid of the license because I don't think they're doing it. I mean, for the Night Buzzard was like $80 and it's like half a ship. It's like a shell, right? The top of it's just a shell. It's just very, very bad. So, I'm going to close zoom. I'm still getting this encoder, even though I'm using a different camera. I cannot wait for this new computer, so I don't have to worry about that stupid thing. Yeah, the thickness on it. Yeah, I mean, I'd be okay with the minifigures, but I feel like half the time that's what I'm paying for. I'm paying for a logo at the top of the box that says Star Wars, and then a figure, and half the time it's one figure that only exists in that one set. So you're doubly paying for it, because if you don't get that set, you're gonna get effed in paying a lot more later, which you know, I get. They're a company, they're out to make money. You could always go to a custom figure maker and have them make a figure for you. There's a figure I want, Admiral Trench, which is, was that chrome or silver? Admiral Trench was in, Glenn knows this because he just finished watching the Clone Wars. He was in a few episodes of Clone Wars, and he's a very cool figure, and I don't think they made an actual Lego figure for him, but somebody, Big Kid Bricks made one, and it's very authentic, right? It's got kind of the hunch on his back and the big spider mandibles, and he's got 3 arms instead of just the 2, and he's got the big cloak. It's very cool. It's also like, I think it was going on eBay for like $250 or something ridiculous, which most of his figures you can get on his site for like $20, which is great considering they are like handmade, or you know, they're molded and stuff, but he does a lot of that work. But I was like, there's no way I was gonna do that. I'll get the spider. Trench, is that the bug guy? Yeah, he kind of talks like this and goes when he talks. Later in the show, he gets, I forget if he gets caught in an explosion or not, but he loses one mandible and then I think 2 arms, and they become robotic. He gets robotic replacements, and his face gets a cowl and metal on his face in later episodes. But he's a cool figure, or he's a cool character, and he's kind of a tactical mastermind. And I have a ship that I've designed that I want him for, Providence class cruiser or something like that. And but he doesn't exist as a figure, so you can kind of get away with doing it. You can get the 2 Rio Durant arms and kind of a blue Jedi cloak kind of thing, whatever. And then there's a spider head, a CMF head that you can get, or it may not even be CMF. It's just, you know, spider head. So you can kind of get away with it, but it's not the same. And yes, he comes in the Bad Batch too. He's one of the guys who comes in with that machinist planet guy, and they're figuring out where the CIS is getting all their intelligence from, and I'm not going to spoil it because some people may not have seen it. That's a printed tile, or a printed piece. That is nice. I don't think I've ever seen a print on these before. I may just not have been looking hard enough. I'm sure there's a car that has like a headlight or something on there. Oh, that's slick. And it's silver too. It matches the tiles. Yep, it's all about Echo. I'm glad he's going to be in the actual Bad Batch show too. Like he wasn't just a MacGuffin or something for that one episode. Then they trash him, not trash him, but then they like write him out later. I think that's very cool because I think 5 is a good number for that group. It's going to be fun. What do I think of the new trailer? I'm cautiously optimistic. To be very, very honest, I did not like the Bad Batch arc as much as I liked the other arcs. I realize that it's kind of a fan favorite, and before season 7 became an actual thing, they had all those animatics that they put out where they're like, they cobbled together what they could to make this story, and then show it off. And I don't know what the Bad Batch was like, or Clone Force 99 or whatever was like before that, but I thought the characters were very, very stereotypical and obvious, and which I understand people will still say, but it's, Clone Wars is it's on Disney. It's inherently a kid's show in a universe that was designed to be a kid's movie kind of thing. So yes, I get that. It doesn't have to be it's not Tolstoy or something, but at the same time, we just got done watching Ahsoka's arc, and her character is a little, she's had a lot of depth and a lot of character development, and a lot happened to her over the course of her run on the show. And then you come up with that, with Wrecker, who just is like, yeah, I like to smash stuff. And then, the sharpshooter is very mysterious. And, it's like, this could have been written by somebody in high school. Like, a lot of that stuff just felt very not well thought out. Kind of obvious. But, I don't know. So I wasn't a big fan of it initially. I'm hoping that the show itself will go a long way in kind of deflating those characters a little bit and humanizing them a little, and we'll see. My phone beeped. Make sure it's not one of my kids or something. It is not. What was it? But I get an alert to tell me that you're downloading a podcast. That's new. Yeah, I'd like, I get the feeling too, because I'm reading a Star Wars book now. I'm reading the last of the Alphabet Squadron trilogy. I'm still playing Battlefront. I kind of gave up on Squadrons because I don't know. Something burned me the wrong way with Squadrons. I think it was that if you had a good VR rig, it was great. But if you had an average VR rig, it was tolerable, if that. And if you didn't have either of those, it was kind of hard to play because everything just felt so far away. It was hard to target. And it was very repetitive. Like, it was just 4 or 5 maps over. All the time. So I feel like we're getting to a point where there's a lot of how many more stories can we put in between the movies, and forever. You could do it forever, I'm sure. Havoc Dog, gotta remember, they are clones trained to kill. They're one-note characters. It's their interactions with actual characters and given the chance to develop on their own character. And that's what I'm looking forward to. adding Fennec Shan in there is going to be really interesting because she's going to be kind of a deeper. Smugglers and assassins were always they always had red in their ledger, so to speak. They always had something in their past that they're fleeing from or working to solve or something. So the fact that these guys were just, they were an elite squad that was just sent to murder people, basically, or destabilize or capture or, do whatever else they needed. They're just special ops people. Is going to be interesting to see how they deal with a universe that doesn't need them anymore. So much so that they are going to be hunted themselves. So that'll be interesting to see how they kind of adapt. Which is why I'm excited for the show, because I think them changing their characters up a little bit will be an interesting thing to see. But that still doesn't change the fact that the arcs that they were in the Clone Wars were kind of like, yeah, that was fun. Wasn't great, but it was fun. I like those new weird droids that they had in it wasn't the Citadel, but whatever maybe it was the Citadel. The thing that they had to invade to go get Echo back. They had those like weird raptor bird droids. Those were pretty fun. I wouldn't have picked a design like that, but they were definitely interesting. And thanks for being here, Havoc Dog. It's nice to see you. Happy Thursday. So who's off tomorrow? Anybody have Good Friday off tomorrow? I know I do. I'm going to spend it probably doing yard work. And we also have a podcast to record this weekend. So look for that on Monday. There will be a new episode of our podcast out. They're called an elite squad, but as far as I remember, they were always treated as a bunch of flawed reject clones. They were given the toughest missions, hopes that... Yeah, that's the sense that I got too, is like they wanted them to be thrown away, but they just kept coming back like a bad penny. Which I always felt like a weird phrase, a bad penny. Big catering thing for you. Yeah, I bet. Easter. I like this song because there's like this crumpling sound that sounds like blocks. Another thing I'm looking forward to in getting a computer is that hopefully the processing will be such that I can run the sound and the chat all through the same machine, and I won't need two machines anymore. Plus I got some big F-off monitors that I can look at and see everything that I won't be like squinting and looking at. It's gonna be so nice. I just can't wait. Hopefully it all works very well and I won't have to spend too much time like mucking with it too much. I'm gonna spend the first like day putting antivirus on it and making sure that when I do finally connect it to the internet, I'm not going to be instantly hacked. So I got a couple tools that I could do for that. Did you order a new computer yet? Oh yeah, I don't know if you heard that earlier on, Brad. I did. Earlier this week, I ordered a new computer. And I'm very excited. Probably going to be another week or so before I get it. So it's probably going to be like 2 or 3 more streams minimum. But it's going to be so nice not to have to deal with the encoding issues on here. And it's also not my computer, so it'll be nice to be able to have a dedicated machine for this. Today's your birthday, and I was actually looking at this set. Recommend? Well, I can't really officially recommend it yet because I've only done this much. If you've got $200, if you like space, like not classic space, but like human in real life space stuff, Yeah, I mean, the whole reason I got it is because I'm a big space nerd. So, if that's the thing you want, I would do it. If you like other things, like Ninjago or something, then I might suggest getting the Ninjago City or maybe a couple of the Monkey Kid sets. I don't know. It's really up to you. I do like the type of build that this is, though, where there's a lot of neat internal structure that gives it its shape, right? Like, you don't see a lot of what's being built inside of it, but it does have a very pleasing sort of end result. But it is not kitschy, and it is not cute, and it is not whimsical like the Winnie the Pooh set, which I would recommend that too, where every little bit is like, oh, that's adorable. You know, this is just utilitarian. We're going to get this thing done, and it's going to be great once it's finished. So, yeah. Yeah, same. I think I'm one up on you on the ISS, but I'm the same thing. Any space set that comes out, I'm like, just take my money. I'm gonna get it. Don't even ask. So the joke here is, this is an April Fool's Day set, and one of our lug members said this in our Discord group. He's like, so is the joke that the mirror in this set, because it's the original launch of the Hubble, is the mirror the faulty one? That's the April Fool's joke, is they sold you the Lego set with the bad mirror in it. And I was like, that was funny. Cool. All right. So far. And it's almost 9 o'clock. I was thinking of going till 10, but I don't know. We shall see. All right, I'm going to need these stickers. Coming up, shiny gold stickers. Yeah, if you can still get the ISS, I would hurry on that one, because I haven't seen that it's going to retire soon, but it's got to be soon. What bag was this? 3. But it also has the upgrade that fixed it. I don't think this is new. I think I've seen this in other sets, but oh man. Shiny. Slight imperfections on it, but I'm not going to quibble. Several. Oh, dang it. I should have wore my NASA shirt. That would have been great. I wore this shirt, but I had a Flogging Molly hoodie over it. Didn't even matter what shirt I was wearing. That would have been baller. I'm actually shocked that I only got there at 11:35 or something, and there was literally nobody in there. They must have everybody must have moved out quick. Josh Builds Stuff. Josh said that he was actually there too, and I must have just missed him. I think Sin was there. He had said that he was there with you this morning, Glenn. That's pretty cool. So many neat, shiny parts. Yeah, these are stickers. Luckily, they're vinyl. They feel very heavy. So I have a feeling that if I don't get it exactly, they'll kind of be easy to pick back up. But I'm going to do my best. No, you know what? I'm going to put them on sideways, just to hurt everybody's eyes. We are going into a 28-day lockdown here, so I feel like spoiling myself. Oh, crap. 28-day lockdown. Are you in France? I know France just went into, they went into a huge lockdown for schools. Oh, nice. Oh, Canada. Okay. Ooh, Ontario. Ontario, Canada, i.e. where all the population is. So the podcast that we do, Havoc, is about Ready or Not, the wildly successful Canadian TV show. And by wildly successful, I mean I hadn't heard of it before. I'm very steeped in Canada right now. It was England for a little bit. I was kind of an Anglophile. But right now I'm like, we're doing a podcast about a Canadian TV show. Beth listens to nothing but podcasts about Canadian TV shows. And I'm listening to another podcast that's these two people from Newfoundland talking about different weird things that have happened in Canada. It started out with season 1 was weird stuff that happened in Newfoundland, and now it's weird stuff that has happened in all the provinces. So, for Zoom, what's up? How you doing? Hey, Blake Fellwell, Fuel, like Sewell. I think I saw that solar panels are not stickers because the solar panels on the Hubble are unrolling solar panels. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so these would be, that would make sense because it's got these, and they'll probably stick through like that and hold them in place. That is my guess. So they are not stickers. You're right. It just looked like it for a hot second. Okay, I've got to mute this because reasons. What's up, Fazoom? How you doing? Doc Sampson's here. Am I getting raided? All right, still going. I had some people on earlier, and if they are still here, great. If not, I know Chris wasn't feeling well, so I wish him the best in recovering from his COVID. Oh man, this is where you know what the piece looks like, but you can't. I'm being dazzled by all the metallic silver. My kingdom for a flat gray. There it is. Whew, that took entirely too long. Flip. And 2 pieces there. I was here first. Just going from shuttle stream to shuttle stream. I think Iceberg Bricks was doing one. I think Mr. Cool was doing one. Like literally started at 6. So yeah, I think this I was saying this at the top of the stream that this is probably the only time I'm gonna be this neurotic about getting a set this early so I can stream it. Oh my goodness, really? What the deuce? Like I was so paranoid about not being able to get it on time and them being sold out. So there you go. It opens up its little boop, and there's the lens. Boop. Yeah, I don't think I'll do that anymore. And I think I'm probably, as much as I like going to the Lego store because I can get out and drive for a little bit, it's on the other side of town. I'm okay with just ordering from Shop at Home and just having it get here in a couple weeks or a week or whatever. So was Z earlier. I don't know who that is, but okay. I'm thinking about streaming the shuttle myself. Do it, Doc. Actually, what you should do is like, you should also stream it and then do a supercut of all the streams and like have a race. Because I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do this maybe another half hour, 45 minutes, hour. I don't know. But then combine, because I don't know. You seem like somebody who would like to combine them into something fun. Have like 4 panels going at once of everybody streaming and like who's going the fastest. Because, you've got nothing else to do in your life, right? Just giving you content, man. I'd like to remind everybody that you have about 2 days to go over to my Instagram page and find the post where I'm holding up this guy. And if you leave a comment on that post and are a follower of mine, then you will be entered into the drawing, which I will do on Sunday, Easter Sunday. And we'll find out who wins that. Who wins that mo? It could be you. Nobody I asked at our Lego store could tell me how many they got, but I didn't talk to the manager. Oh wait, did somebody ask me? 90 in shipment today. Ugh. Wow. I guess they were expecting a lot. Like when I walked in, they were lining the back. I just walked in and pointed at one and he immediately turned around and grabbed it. Not, do you want to look around a little more or anything? Just give me my stuff. I'll leave. Which was perfect, because otherwise I would have lingered and gone to the pick-a-brick wall and spent more money, so this is fine. This is good. This is all good here. All right, Fazoom. I will be here for maybe another hour. So many sub-assemblies. I have to figure out how to use the light-up nose footage from Fazoom earlier today. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Take your looking, yeah. Get out. We know you are an adult fan of Lego. Take your stuff and go. Yeah, I felt like plugging it. I was like, I felt like going, hey, thanks for the sale. And if you look for me on YouTube tonight, I will be streaming this set building tonight. They don't care. I'm kind of curious about how many of the people who work there are actually actual builders or buyers or fans, or if they're just like, it's just a job. I just work at the mall. Yeah, don't come at me with your group. I don't want to be part of your group. I just work at the mall. I run the goddamn pretzel store at Buckingham Mall. Here on the East Wing's second floor. I'm belle of the ball. Any Colton fans out there? Yeah, I may only get through the what is this thing called? The Hobble. Had like a really old man brain fart there for a second. Like, what am I doing here? Why are these wolves after me? Goodness, that just was not going together well. And this is some of the unique construction I was talking about. Getting it to be that right shape. It's pretty cool. Like it a lot. We're going to do some more. I liked it a lot and they heard me, so now we're going to do a ton of it for the next 20 minutes. So I do have some parts on order for another microfighter. It's kind of an inconsequential one. It's just a Arcaten's light cruiser with a rando Imperial officer attached. I thought I had all the parts that I needed for it, but I didn't. So I had to order some. And I think after that, I'm probably going to do the Night Buzzard and maybe one that's not mine, but I really liked, a Resistance transport from Force Awakens. Because I have the figure for it. I'm trying to go through all the figures that I've got already so I don't have to order as many more. Yeah, I'm really digging this so far. I just like, you could almost make like a lightsaber out of this same sort of construction technique, and I'm sure people have. It's very, very cool. It's a little thick for a lightsaber, but I think the basic construction ideas are sound. Wait. Did I need to do 2 of those? I did. Well, hang on a tick. Didn't read me my numbers. All right, well, there's that one then. Now when we turn it around, good. Okay, back to where we was. All right, so this one goes on this side. So yeah, there's a clip in there. There's a bar in there. Yaw. There's a thing with clips. Yaw. And, you know, it goes like that. It's not perfectly round, right? I'm sure there's going to be some more of these guys along here to bring that gap together. But so that's kind of what they did on the rocket too. It's not perfectly round, right? It's got rounded bits and then like a straight bit and then rounded bits. But the straight bits are very small, enough to where like overall it makes a pretty good circle, but it's not, you know, it's bulgy in certain spots, but it's an overall very good design. Has anyone seen if the people, I just assumed it was a guy, if the people involved in designing this set also were involved in designing the rocket? I would be interested to know, because I feel like some of the stuff is similar. And anymore, I feel like there are design teams and it's not just one person doing it. There's probably several. And then, you know, you go through iterations and people test build it and find out any problems, that kind of thing. That's going to be great. And that's going to be a lot of dark orange. That's for sure. Oh, you know what? I have a lot of dark orange. Maybe I should make some tanks for this. Huh. That's not a bad idea. That's Tomorrow Me's problem. But that's, yeah, I can't wait for that. And the gantry that goes with it. Yeah, and then immediately covered up by these guys. Well, you got to do the external tank. Why would you do it in white? Hasn't it perpetually been a dark orange or nougat colored? The boosters are white, but the external tank has always been a darker color. Okay, I feel like maybe... Yeah, I missed that step too. Good gravy, I'm just bad at this. First launch was white. All right. There's a lot of firsts to the shuttle thing that I didn't think. There was a shuttle before Columbia that was never launched. I thought. I'm gonna have to go look again. But I thought there was one that was just, it was concept. It was piggybacked on the big old Pan Am plane between like Martin Marietta and Kennedy, I guess. But it's one that never launched. And then Columbia, I think. I just remember my ex and I getting into a huge fight about it. Was it Enterprise? Really? That sounds kind of right. Was it the NX class? Yeah, that was the one that was just attached to the plane, right? Which I always thought, I remember when that came out, I'm like, what a weird way to transport a spaceship. I mean, I guess how else are you going to do it, but... Yeah, I never had engines. Yep. It was like a car show car. Okay, well, this isn't street legal. Probably shouldn't take it off the lot, but... This kind of instruction always gets me. It feels like arbitrary angle when you have to put them off-centered like that. But I'm sure they want it at 45 degrees. It just feels like, it's not straight. What do I do? I don't know. I need better instruction. I'll see in that. Ugh. I have the worst time with the orientation of the clips for some, every time. That's all shiny and nice. All right, looking very spacey. Oh God, how many of these? 12, okay. So... super chill, relax times. Welcome to Space Building. I'm your host. Do you guys remember a show? It was, I forget what radio station it was on, but I feel like it was one of these across the country AM radio station. And it was Music from the Hearts of Space. It was like the very first time I heard Popcorn. My brother and I listened to that all the time. They had CDs of it that you could get and tapes of it you could get. I'm guessing this is the same thing on both sides here. Which would you say prefer building from the paper instructions or the PDFs? Getting older myself and being able to zoom in help me tell a black piece from a brown. Yeah, that's actually a thing. I haven't built a whole lot with PDFs. The irony is, I guess not the irony, but an odd thing is, the only PDFs I build from are my own. When I finally get the parts for the microfighters, I'll pull up the PDF for it and start building. That's if I have one. A lot of times I get a little impatient and I don't make instructions and I just have to build it off the model, which is always a fun thing to do, with hiding layer by layer until you get it all done. Alright, so there's that. It's all nicely done around. But what I want to try to do, and I saw a couple of people doing this, I think Miss Tapcat does this, is have, instead of maybe the slideshow of all the ships down here, have a square, you know, I feel like I could reduce my face a little bit to be a little less screen real estate, and then have like a follow along. Like if you wanted, if you were building at the same time, we could follow along and see what the steps are. That way you could actually see what I'm working on at the time. And then that would require having a PDF of the build. I don't know how soon, like if I had a PDF of this right now, like if they'd have that or not. I don't know. I don't know if that's available on their site yet or not. Shut off screens, relax, and build. Yeah. It is nice to kind of close all this up and just sit here with like a booklet and just kind of do stuff. I also like taking my little phone, not a big screen, but my little phone, and I just kind of put it over here and bring up a Star Trek episode and just let it play, and I'm not even paying attention to it. It's just kind of background noise. That is like a good Saturday for me, is if I have a nice set to build and I'm in here by myself. And I like my house, I like my dogs, I like Beth, I like things here, but sometimes I'm like, just want to go sit in the other room and be quiet. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Oh, can we not with this one? It was all chill and now it's not chill. Yeah, I don't think, I mean, Glenn is great. He's like a longtime fan. I've known him for a few years outside of this, just in, you know, our lug. And he's very helpful to remind me that I've missed a step or that I need to save my progress when I'm designing in Studio. All right, so there we go. So yeah, I'm okay with that. I think also the once I get the new computer up and running, I can more easily see the chat. Like I'll have two big honking screens, so I won't be like squinting over off to the side. It'll all be right in front of me. So if I'm looking at a PDF while I'm building, I can easily see the chat. I might redo the overlays so I can see chat right on the screen here as we're building. Who knows? You know, I have only myself to answer for in this endeavor, so it'll be fun to see what we come up with. I might also enlist some help of some other streamers. I've got a friend here in town. Oh crap, I haven't saved for a while. I need to save. I have an in real life friend who does this, as this is what she does for a living. And I'm constantly saying, yeah, I could use your help getting an overlay built or something. And you can buy overlays on Fiverr or Streamlabs or stuff like that, or get free ones. But if she's willing to help, and I could maybe throw some, you know, PayPal tip her way or something like that, I'm all for that. Oh, this is going to be a ×2, isn't it? Man, you got me. Let's start over with this. Get it both going at the same time. Am I still using Streamlabs? Experiment, have fun, see what works for your show. What worked for my show, honestly, at the beginning was just aping what other people were doing. So I'd look at other Lego streams and be like, oh, okay, well, that's what they're doing, so I'm going to do it. Like, I think the slideshow of models that I've done is from, like, Brickanick, the dual camera thing, everybody's doing that. The backdrop of builds, there's a, what's his name? Chris. It's like, everything starts with brick something. Bricking it or something. Anyway, so a lot of this stuff gets pulled in from that. Having music in the background, that kind of stuff. It just depends on kind of what I want to be seen, to be looking at when I'm doing this, too. I would ideally like everything to be on one screen. You know, for OBS to be able to handle it, have music playing over it. But I don't know how that'll handle with, like, an incoming mic, an incoming sound source that's music, 2 video cameras. So I'll just have to play with it and see what works. And I'm using Streamlabs. Journal of the Scots. Hi, how you doing? Happy Thursday. Thanks for stopping by. I'm not... Excuse me. I'm not using Streamlabs for anything. I'm using OBS as the streaming vehicle, the tool to stream. So yes, I'm using that, but there's also like a OBS mobile OBS app that you can use on your phone, and I'm not using that. For a half a second, I was like, no, I'm not using OBS or Streamlabs, and then I was like, oh yeah, OBS is Streamlabs. Well, look at that. That sticker was so easy to put on. Look how easy that was. Are they really being held on by these flowers? Y'all kidding me. Neat. We're just here building a space shuttle. Scots, Journal of the Scots. I've got a friend who's Scottish. And so the first time I saw your name, I was like, is that Jeff? Gotta make sure these are kind of straight. Alright, cool. It's pretty good. I haven't even really started the shuttle. This is the Hubble. I might be able to, I don't know. I guess I could open up a new bag before we call it quits. I don't have to work tomorrow. I don't mind going till 10. That's up to you guys how long you want to stay in the chat or in the video. But I think I'll bust open another bag after this. I feel like I got a lot of extra parts on this one. They all check out though. Doesn't look like I've got any missing extra parts. Alright, now for the mounting. Alright, so NASA facing front. These guys going in like so. And then angled. Right. Okay, so this bit, okay. So these go on the underside here. And they just sit in there. They're not, they're the 1x1 with the pips. So it just sits. And then you can rotate these guys up. And then you can open the mirror thing. And there you go. Bob's your uncle. So there is the whatchamacallit, the Hubble. So that was a hour and a half to get through that. I don't know what to do with this. I feel like I need to keep this because it's shiny, but it's just trash. So I will just get rid of it. So yeah, not bad. It's actually very pretty. Like if this would make a good set on its own, right? 3 bags, hour and a half build. I don't know how many pieces this was, but this would be a good $40 set, $30 set maybe. I think people would buy it in the current state. Like, I think it would be all right. It's going to be super cool sitting up with all the other space stuff, right? The shuttle is going to be about this big, right? It's going to be fairly large. So having this thing, because I mean, this has to fit in its cargo bay. So just the main bay there, and then the cockpit and the engine compartment. So I mean, it's going to be sizable. So this is going to be a very fun addition to all the space stuff that's in here. I'm very excited, and this is looking really good. Neeples. I don't know what that means. I will stay a little longer. I need to get to bed soon, but not yet. Very nice. That isn't trash. It's a present for your friend. Oh, my cat would love it. My cat would love it. All right, so moving on. I'm going to put this aside, but I want to put it... Is there room up by the space stuff yet? No, I have to make room. All these cars are going to go away. I'm moving all the cars to the other room, and I'm going to probably line this all with microfighters and stuff for the time being. But yeah, so let's get this guy up here, shall we? Just put him slightly out of frame. All right. Scott's, it's the set. Hubble's bonus material for buying. No, the bonus material was, there was no bonus material specifically for this set. There was the option once you go to the store or online to buy something called the, was it the Atlas satellite? I forget which satellite it was. Ulysses satellite. And what bag are we on? 4. You buy it with your VIP points. It wasn't a gift with purchase. You can get the coin, I think, online too, but it's just purchased with VIP points. If I'm not mistaken. If I didn't get a coin at the store by buying this, I'm going to be mad because it was a space coin. And I don't care about all the other coins, but that space coin... I don't think I have enough points now to... Although the Ulysses thing's probably not going to come out for a few months. I could probably buy the space coin and then fill my points back up after a while. So that may not be a... Well, and the coins I wasn't really sure. Like, I'm not a big fan of, like, the ancillary stuff. Like the coins or the... I mean, sometimes the poly bags, you know, just little things. Keychains, watches, pens. All right, moment of silence. Let's get an F in the chat. Not bad. I'm not going to stress about it too much. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. I can de-stress. Speaking of gantries and solid rocket boosters, there's a lady, and I forget her name, Glenn would know, who I believe is part of our lug, who has built the Apollo gantry and Like if you see a version of the Apollo gantry that looks really, really great, it's hers. God, what is her name? Oh, it starts with an N or something. Anyway, she, I think she's up in Dallas, and just is a space nut. Like that's her milieu, is NASA space stuff, and it's all fantastic. I think she was working on a crawler for the shuttle, like the big tank that brings it to the thing. Yeah. Leah Chan, that's it. Oh, I thought she did a Saturn V one. Like, she's had it out for a while. It's not the shuttle. She didn't have a shuttle one yet. I think she had a shuttle, like the big tank thing that moved the shuttle to it, but I think she had a gantry for the Apollo or the Saturn V. I may be mistaken. Oh, this sun is gonna get, or this is the just the stand. Yeah, so won't be getting through this. I may have to put all this off until next week. Shuttle was her first thing. First Houston BF, she brought the shuttle launch setup. Huh, cool. Greg Dillion 117. I wish Lego makes a creator expert or 70. So the SR-71 Blackbird is legitimately one of my favorite planes. I think I've got A-10 Warthog, SR-71. I'm still a big fan of the F-15, solid workhorse of a fighter jet. The problem is, it's a military craft, and they just won't make it. Whether or not it's surveillance, whether or not it actually saw any military use, it was an Air Force plane, so they're not going to do it. Sad, but yeah, Brickmania's got one. That's very true. But it's none of Brickmania's stuff or Brick Vault stuff is cheap. Even if they had the full set with bricks, it's still going to be so much money. But they're just selling, most of the time, they're just selling the instructions, and then you got to go buy all that stuff on your own. But yeah, and I've seen that SR-71. It's really nice, but they won't ever do it. I think the Sopwith Camel was probably kind of their one, because it kind of was and wasn't a military craft. Like, people were using it for other things, but it was mostly known. Like, they could probably just do a biplane, like they did Amelia Earhart's plane. The problem is all the really super cool planes tend to be military, whether it's like a design concept. It's still the design concept of a military craft. Not as much recently, like you're getting some more like SpaceX stuff where they're perfecting the flight of different planes, but I just watched a great story on Kyle Hill's channel about this plane, or was it? No, it wasn't Kyle Hill's channel. It was a different YouTube channel about this plane that the Germans developed. It was one of the first. Hey Connor, how's it going? Yes, it does look very cool. I'm excited to get it done. They developed a plane that was one of the first rocket planes. It wasn't a jet, it was a rocket plane. And it was fueled by this weird combination of like chlorine and another chemical that I don't remember. But basically when combined, they, output a serious amount of thrust, right? The chemical combination basically was like just shot high pressured liquid or vapor out, and that's what propelled this jet. And the problem was the chemicals used in making this combination were just terrible for human beings. So much so that at one point somebody said that some had spilled on the runway, and by the time they got a person over to, help clean it up, the person who had reported it had dissolved. The plane had crashed at one point, and by the time they got rescue over there, the plane had basically kind of rolled over, and the fuel had spilled into the cockpit and dissolved the pilot. Like it was that grisly. And in their 8 to 15 flights, I think they only managed to effectively take down maybe 5 bombers or something like that. So I mean, it was one of these super experimental planes, but it also moved so fast that it only had a brief window to shoot at a bomber. So what would happen is these things would go crazy high up in the air, right? They had this lift that just was unparalleled by prop planes at the time. And they basically waited for a bomber to come in, and then they dove at it. And by the time they were seen by the Spitfires or whatever was around at the time, nothing could catch it, nothing could intercept it. It strafed through the bomber and basically went down and just landed somewhere else, right? And it was never caught. This is this piece, and I'm having a really hard time finding that piece. The problem is it moved so fast that the window it could shoot at a bomber as it was approaching was about 30 seconds, right? So, yep, the Comet. Totally lost my voice. So they, because it had this very small window to fire, they developed, and because it was such a small window to fire, they, the pilots weren't always accurate. Like even with crack ace pilots, they're going that fast. There was a lot that could go wrong with, lining a bomber up to take a shot at it. So what they did, yep, dissolved by the fuel. All right, Brad, thanks for coming by, man. Good to see you. My voice is totally giving out. They developed a method where when they flew under a bomber, they would fly under a bomber, and there was something photosensitive on the top of the plane that when it knew it was flying under a bomber, it fired some projectiles up, straight up. So it wasn't dive bombing it, it was coming up underneath it, which means a lot of the times those tail gunners, the turrets were on top. I mean, there were ball turrets kind of on the back, but they were mostly looking back and skyward. They weren't really looking under. They did have belly gunners in some cases, but this thing would crazy fast come up underneath this, basically shoot stuff straight up into the plane, and then it was gone before they even saw it. But yeah, it was just a weird animal, and it never really took off mostly because it was so dangerous. But hearing that kind of stuff, I'm just like, man, that's cool. And we're just all kinds of weird in what we want to come up with to kill people, The Germans were all over the place with their figuring out how to come up with different rockets and planes and tanks and stuff. Let me read this. Yeah, basically. Yeah, those numbers. It almost did nothing in its time as a plane, other than I think it probably killed more people trying to get it to fly than it did in the people it was attacking. Cool stuff. And I forget the channel that it's not Veritasium, and I just attached these without looking at this submodel over here. But it's this guy with a British accent, bald beard, very, very smart curt delivery. Come on, where is it? Is very cool. Oh, I hate looking for all these black pieces. A pile of black pieces. I just need the one that I'm not going to be able to find. Brackets, 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 plates, slopes, tiles. There it is. Okay, thank you. Oh, that's frustrating. They really did. I mean, what they were using it for was just, you know, it was all murder. But it's amazing stuff. Which is why I liked watching the first Captain America, because you're watching it with the Red Skull, and you're like, yeah, that totally tracks. Leave it to the Germans to come up with that crap first. There's that one. Oh, well, that's dumb. And I think I just threw my back out trying to catch all those pieces. All right, these things, these inverted 1x2 curved slopes are the worst to get into anything. Like, every time I struggle with these stupid things. I don't understand what it is either. Different level of where the studs are going in, I guess. But I always have a problem with those. So, I realized that was World War II, Glenn, but did you ever fly a Comet? I'm kidding. I know you're not that old. Because I know there was a British or an American pilot that was able to actually fly one at one point. As much as I like inverted slopes, they are a bear to use. Yeah, for some reason the 2x2s are okay, but those 1x2s are always a problem. I think it is because you're applying a force on two different levels at once. And on the top it's probably fine, but coming back from underneath, it's kind of a bummer. I just realized this looks like a mess. Just pieces all over the place. But we're working on the stand. Times 2. I do like me some inverted slopes. There aren't enough of them. There's just not a lot of flavor for the undersides of things in Lego unless it's a purely snot build. But they love having their things just be able to sit flat on stuff. I get it. Starting to fade. It's a good thing we only got like 15 minutes left. Might get this stand done by then. So what do I think of the new stand slash satellite build? Oh, well, it's great. I think they do this for a reason because they don't want you to get all the way through doing the shuttle and then go, oh god, I gotta do these little things now. Plus the stand, you want to have something to put it on once it's all built. You don't want to have to build it and then go, plunk. Stand. I haven't seen a lot of these lately, these roof corner tiles, unless you're doing a, I think there's probably some modulars that have those a lot of when you're doing roofs. 2. Harry Potter has them. The corner roof tiles, probably. There's a lot of roofs in that because there's a lot of buildings in that. You have your Great Halls, your Hogwarts, your diagonals. Do the Weasleys have a house? Is there an official Weasley house build? I know I saw a mock of it, but I don't know if that was just like a, hey, we can do a better mock of an original or an official set. That's legit. That's hardcore when you got those pieces on there. Sawtooth lift arms. No, thank you. I gave Lasso a bunch of those inside roof corners in white for seed parts. Ugh. The burrow has been done twice. Has it? Okay, cool. Like I said, not a big Harry Potter fan. Don't even really follow what the sets are, so. I barely know my Star Wars. Brick 25, howdy, evening, bonjour, bonsoir, howdy do. You're here just in time. We got about 10 minutes left. I'm working on the stand for the shuttle right now, so it's not. This isn't the glamorous part of the build. The glamorous part of the build comes probably in part 2, where we tackle the other 18 bags. And I think I'll probably, with the exception of Sunday, I'll probably pick a few more streams doing this because I think this is going to be a fun one to see to completion. So y'all can look forward to that. I may throw in a Tuesday stream here and there to do some design stuff too. The Hubble was glamorous, yes. This last one, I was impressed. It was a detailed build. Are you talking about the Harry Potter stuff? Just subbed. Thank you, Brick. I appreciate that. Brick 25 coming in hot with the sub. Have a good evening, my good person. If you can and you're in Texas, I would really try these. It's Shiner, so... Oh, ×2, really? But I do like me some flavored beverage. The other one I had was a cold brew. It's the winter... It's the cold front, and I think they're trying to get rid of the cold front. 3 types of beer in a 6-pack, so 2 of each. And it's the s'mores, it's the 809, 709, something like that. And then the cold brew coffee beer, which is really yummy too. So it tastes like a dessert. It's pretty good. Have it with a cookie. I think this is going to be pretty good timing. I think we're going to nail this done in just a few minutes. I do like me the heavily flavored beers, especially like the bourbon barrel ages and the like wee heavies and stuff like that. Brown ales. I always like that kind of stuff. Even a nice solid Guinness is really good now and then. My favorite is it's Longview, Texas, I think it is, and it's called Temptress, and they have several different flavors of it. The original is fantastic, but they had a seasonal I think it was a couple years ago. They may have had it since then, but I haven't seen it. They did a peanut butter. Oh, it tasted like a Reese's peanut butter cup. It tasted like a boozy Reese's peanut butter cup in a glass. It was so magical. So, I mean, if you like tasty stuff like that, then, you know, no reason. Oh, whoops. Times 6. Okay. I missed one. I missed one on the back there, too. I just think it's funny sometimes, 'cause I got a friend like this too. He's like, no, I like my beer to taste like beer. I'm like, why wouldn't you just want it to taste good? You know, do you not like dessert? And finally he admitted, he's like, no, I don't like sweets. And I'm like, oh, well then by all means have all the IPAs that you can get your hands on, because I'll just drink all these delicious tasting things. All right. I don't like it when they sometimes go on and you feel like you're going to squeeze too hard and the whole thing's going to fall apart. Oh. But yes, some people are not into sweets, and I get that. Some people also don't really like the idea of having a beer that tastes like s'mores. That's fine. That's all good. You do you. All right, well, we're about done with this, so I appreciate everybody who's coming by tonight. Thanks for being here. We will carry this forward to Sunday, but I will not be working on this Sunday. I'm going to put this aside, and then Sunday we're going to do an Easter special. We're going to build the carrot house, and if time permits, the 3-in-1, which is what the contest is about. But we'll be doing the contest drawing on Sunday. So if you haven't, go to Instagram down here, if the link's down there, and find a picture of me holding up this set, and make sure to follow on Instagram and then leave a comment, and you will be in the running to get this set for free. Right? It's a giveaway. And then I will contact you once I do the drawing. We'll do a random drawing. I'll just pick names or whatever. And then, yeah, while we're doing that, that'll take a couple minutes. We'll build this in the carrot house. And that'll be fun. So, thanks for being here, everybody. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. If you have tomorrow off, be safe and have a good time with your time off. And have a wonderful Easter for those who celebrate Easter. And if not, I will see you all on Sunday. So thanks for being here, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.